Athletics at Penn State Brandywine. I am so thrilled to have each of you join us tonight for our annual recruit dinner. I know tonight looks a little bit different from our program in years past, but I promise you the quality and the content will remain the same. Our goal for this evening is to provide you, our future Penn Staters and your families, the opportunity to learn more about our department, for you to ask any questions that you may still have lingering, and also to provide a platform for you all to meet each other, your future teammates. So with that being said, I encourage everyone to be actively engaged tonight. That's students and parents. So with that being said, we have our timeline for tonight on the screen. We will lead off with a message from our Chancellor, Dr. Marilyn Wells. Following Dr. Wells' remarks, we have two standout Brandywine student athletes with us sharing their Brandywine experience. Afterwards, you will get a chance to enter breakout rooms with campus representation from admissions, financial aid, and housing. Lastly, we will end the evening with team breakout rooms. Your coaches and some current players will be in there, and I know they are so excited to speak with you and your families. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Marilyn Wells, our campus's chancellor. I know Dr. Wells is so excited to speak with you all tonight. Dr. Wells?
Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby. What a wonderful welcome. And I love the balloons in the background. Such a nice setup for dinner this evening.
Oh, yes.
We look forward to hosting all of you for many meal events on campus in the years to come. Once again, welcome to everyone who has joined tonight. We are very grateful that you are spending your evening with us tonight to learn more about athletics at Penn State Brandywine, as well as Penn State Brandywine. For those of you who have already accepted your offer of admission and paid your deposit, thank you, congratulations. I knew that you were bright folks and you have done that. For those of you who have been admitted but not yet paid your deposit or confirmed you're joining us at Brandywine, I know by the end of this evening you will be absolutely wanting to do that, because Brandywine is indeed a very special place. And this evening I'd like to share with you a little bit about just how proud we are of our strong athletics tradition at Brandywine, as well as a little bit about some of the other aspects of your campus life and your campus experience that will be very important to you. First off, in terms of athletics, you are joining a highly competitive, winning program with athletics at Penn State Brandywine. I could probably go on for the rest of the 90 minutes talking about the many, many accomplishments of our student athletes and our teams, but let me share just a few of them with you. In just the last 5 years, that takes most of you back to the time when you were in about 7th or 8th grade. That seems a long time ago. We have won 17 conference championships. And once again, we're a part of the Penn State University Athletic Conference. We have won 2 national championships and game appearances with the USCAA. We have won 1 national championship. We have 6 John S. Acl Award winners, 3 COSITA Academic All-Americans, 2 USCAA Student Athletes of the Year, and 84 USCAA National Academic Teams. And very, very importantly, 138 graduates. Let me repeat that, 138 graduates. If you join, or when you join athletics at Penn State Brandywine, you can be assured not only of your athletic success, but your academic success. Athletics is a very strong part of our culture at Brandywine. And the number of graduates I just shared, 1 out of 5 of our graduates are athletes. My daughter goes to a university where sorority and fraternity life is very big. At Brandywine, we take great pride in our athletics, which also will build you with great academic and leadership skills. With that, let me tell you a little bit about academics at Penn State Brandywine. Depending upon what you read, in the last week you may have heard that Penn State once again was tied for #1 universities in the nation, with over 16 of our programs ranked in the top 10 nationally. Again, we have many, many academic rankings, but that is a very recent one of which we are quite proud. At Penn State Brandywine, we have 14 majors at which you can earn your Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts degrees. Our newest ones are in computer science, cybersecurity, analytics and operations, project and supply chain management. Over that same last 5 years, the top 5 programs for our graduates are business, information sciences and technology, psychology, human development and family studies, and communications, degrees that will prepare you for many, many career paths throughout your life. On the way to earning your degree, one thing that is very special about Brandywine is our smaller class sizes. In short, you will have the same close environment in the classroom that you have with your team on the field and in practice. We do not have large 300, 400, 800 seat classes. Our classes are smaller that will give you the attention that you want, or maybe sometimes you don't want, but we will assure that you will succeed. If you're, our athletes, our average GPA in the 2019-2020 academic year, that's last year that we just completed, the average GPA was 3.21. And we have a cumulative GPA across athletics in the fall semester of 3.25, which is very, very good. So I know many of you are scholars. You're not only student athletes, but you're scholar athletes. At Penn State Brandywine, we have several honors programs from which you can choose. You can be a part of our Cooper Honors Program, or you have an opportunity to apply to Penn State's Schreier Honors College, which is the most prestigious honors college in the nation. And we are a designated campus for that program. You may choose to participate in undergraduate research. When we can travel again, we rank #1 across Penn State campuses in our students who travel internationally and abroad. The list could go on and on. You may have time in your day and life for a little bit beyond the athletics and beyond the classroom. We have over 30 clubs and organizations. Maybe you're one of those folks that's ultra talented and you can sing or do photography. You have an opportunity to explore your passions in that way. We have many leadership opportunities for you to volunteer and serve in the community. This past year, many of our students were involved in voter education and voter registration events. Also, in terms of distinctions for Penn State Brandywine, we are 1 out of 10 universities in the nation, 1 out of 10 in the nation, where we have an SAP Next Generation Computer Lab, and our athletes or our students get to work with SAP executives. We also were amongst the media. The town in which we are located was the first free trade town in America, and we have been designated as a free trade college campus since about 2013. Also, one of our newest endeavors, for many of you, the career that you embark upon after you graduate may be one you create yourself. Maybe you already have a side hustle going on and you're making money as a YouTuber or in some other way. We are increasingly scaling our opportunities for students to be involved in innovation and entrepreneurship. The final thing that I will mention is across Penn State's 24 campuses, we rank #2 in diversity. And that is a very important, the experiences you gain at Brandywine interacting with people of other races, cultures, traditions, genders, religions, abilities, disabilities, will prepare you for life after you leave Brandywine. There isn't an employer out there that isn't wanting students that have cultural competency, cultural leadership, that can work with teams and work in a variety of places. So if you can't tell, I'm quite proud about Brandywine. I love coming to work each day. I'm looking forward to coming to our athletic events as we resume competition this spring and continue that into the fall. So once again, thank you so much for spending your time this evening. And I know that you will prove just how smart you are by saying yes by the end of the night if you haven't already done so. So thank you. And back to you, Bobby.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Wells. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our first guest speaker, Catherine Smith. Catherine is a junior at Penn State Brandywine. He's one of the captains of our men's soccer team, and he was a member of our 2018 national championship team. Catherine?
Hi, my name is Catherine Smith. I'm a junior here at Penn State Brandywine and a co-captain on the soccer team, as Bobby mentioned. I'm currently majoring in IST, and I'm from Philadelphia. I chose Brandywine because of the ability to obtain a world-class degree, as well as play the sport I love. Brandywine is a very close-knit community, especially amongst the students and athletes on campus. When you're a student athlete on campus, you have a family within like the campus family. when coming as a freshman playing a fall sport, I had met all my teammates a few weeks before classes had started. And as a result, I had a group of friends I could hang out with outside the classroom, inside the classroom. And then being a part of this group made the transition socially very, very smooth, which is a concern, like for me personally, coming as a freshman. I've had the experience of being a commuter and also living in the residence halls on campus, and both were positive for me. Being on campus allows for more time with your peers if you choose. However, you're also able to bond with students and teammates and get this student athlete experience. On campus, it's extremely convenient with the short distance of the classes. The campus is not super long, so the classes, the walk is about 5 minutes to class. There's a lot of events run by the school and the residence hall to encourage meeting new people. And you're also able to bond with non-athletes on campus, which is something that you don't get during practices and just athletic events. The campus also has a large population of commuters, and so it's a great option for anyone who lives relatively close. Commuting is a good option if you want to save money while still obtaining your degree, and you can still play your sport and get to practices without much difficulty. The athletic department does a good job aiding their students, not just at practices, game day, and in the training room, but also in the classrooms. Apart from meeting the eligibility minimum requirement, coaches and athletic staff will check in with you if you're having trouble in classes and get the help you need to excel above and beyond the classroom. Our athletics staff and coaches are pretty easily approachable in my experience. And if you need help, in the classroom, on the field, or in any aspects of college student, they're pretty helpful in that way. I've had tons of great experiences in my experience at Brandywine. I was a member on the first ever national championship Brandywine team for the USCAA, and we got a championship ring. That year, we also won a Peace-Wide championship, which I've won 2 of so far. We've been able to travel to places such as Pittsburgh, Virginia Beach, and throughout the region to play other teams. And it's a good experience and a good bonding time with teammates, coaches, and such. There's also been challenging times. So my sophomore year I had an ACL injury, and the support I received through my day-to-day life from friends, the staff, and everyone was really, really helpful. On campus after my surgery, I just had to plan with the athletic trainers and the physical therapy to get me back moving much quicker than I would have if I wasn't on campus playing a sport, or if I was just on my own and had hurt myself. So I got moving a lot quicker, and the recovery was good. It was great to be able to do my therapy on campus because most schools that are this size don't have a physical therapist on campus, as well as an AT room and a training room where you can get all your PT needs, everything in at one time. And then during winter break, I was even able to go to the clinic that the PT is from near my home. So even though I wasn't at school, I was able to keep going with my progress and not fall behind in terms of, my injuries and all that. Also, my professors were very, very helpful in terms of, helping me out with missing assignments, missing content. And at this time we weren't on Zoom. So, still getting my papers and stuff from class. So I wouldn't fall behind in the classroom as well as academically. And a larger campus where you're not on a first name basis with your professors, it might be harder to obtain the help you need if you're going through a rough patch. But at Brandywine, it's not, the class sizes are very small, and it's much easier to do so with, teachers, athletic department, and students. All things considered, I've had a pretty positive experience in my almost 3 years at Brandywine, on the field with my teammates, winning a national championship, socially while living in the residence hall, and in the classroom as I continue to obtain my world-class degree. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Catherine. Our next speaker is a 4-time PSUAC softball champion and a summa cum laude graduate from our campus at Brandywine, Maddie Malfarra. Maddie?
Hey, thanks, Bobby. Hi, I'm Maddie Malfarra, and I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology with honors in 2019. I was a 4-year starter on the women's softball team and captain in my senior year. When I started at Penn State Brandywine, I had every intention of doing a 2+2 program and finishing up at University Park. But after just 1 year at Brandywine, I decided that I had too many great opportunities on campus to leave, and that it just made sense to stay for all 4 years. Looking back, I can honestly say that this was one of the best decisions I've ever made. While at Brandywine, I had the opportunity to grow as a student athlete while also working part-time as an assistant to the lab coordinator, setting up biology and chemistry teaching labs, giving tours as a line ambassador, and completing my Shire honors thesis in a parasitology lab. Since Brandywine is a small campus, I was able to make meaningful connections with my professors, the admission staff, and the athletic department. After graduating, I was hired as a full-time research technician. I worked at Penn State Brandywine for just under a year and then helped move the lab to Villanova University this past summer, where I'm currently doing research. As an undergrad, I had to be well organized to manage playing softball and doing undergraduate research. And while it wasn't always easy, it was worth it. I think that many of the skills that I learned by doing research also are applicable to softball and vice versa. In both softball and research, you have to be persistent and you have to be willing to work hard. There were many days that I went right from class, back to the lab to practice, and right back to the library to study. As long as you're willing to work hard, you can achieve anything. Personally, I attribute much of my success as a student athlete to being at such a small campus. I was able to ask my professors for extra help when I needed it. And I was able to have a meaningful undergraduate research experience while also balancing softball and learning what it means to be on a team. Being in a smaller campus also allowed me to form meaningful relationships with my teammates and classmates. Since the campus is smaller, you're able to get to know the students in your major pretty well, and there's a good chance you might have some classes with your teammates. While you might not always be best friends with every person on your team, it was helpful to learn how to work with different personalities, both on the field and in the classroom. One of the most fun parts about playing softball was getting to go on trips. So every year we went to Florida for spring training, and all 4 years we went to nationals, which was in Akron, Ohio for my first 2 years and Du Bois, PA for the last 2. So while we were definitely on the trip to play softball and win games, coach always made sure to have some fun planned, whether it was a team dinner or a day at the pool. This year, we're all facing unprecedented challenges. We're Zooming right now instead of in the gym where we should be. And while I don't have all the answers, I can assure you that if you're willing to work hard and put your best foot forward, you will succeed at Penn State Brandywine. The resources are there. It's up to you to take advantage of them. Maisha, Jeff, Bobby, the whole athletic staff are ready and willing to help you succeed. You just have to be willing to put in the work. Brandywine gave me a college degree with one of the largest alumni networks in the world. It gave me a real lab experience and connections that helped me get a job right out of college. And it also taught me life skills that I use every day, both at work and at home. I would not have the knowledge and experience to do my job today without the skills that I learned from being a student athlete at Brandywine. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Recruited athletes, I hope hearing Catherine and Maddie's stories has provided some clarity to your college search. If you have already made your decision to join us, we welcome you to our Brandywine family, and we look forward to seeing you on the playing field for the next 4 years. If you have not yet made your decision, I hope you'll use the rest of tonight's program to clarify any unanswered questions that you might still have, and also to learn more about our campus and our teams. Coming to Penn State Brandywine is truly a win-win situation for student athletes. Experiencing all that comes with collegiate athletics, that's traveling with your teams, attending national championships, with teammates who are going to be your lifelong friends. Pair that with the opportunity to receive an education from the top 1% of universities in the world, all while getting your education in a small class setting. That is a unique opportunity that I hope you all will take advantage of. So before we get started into the breakout rooms, we want to share some important information with you all about next steps. New student orientation information and dates are going to be made available to all paid accept students in the upcoming days. So please keep an eye out on your email for future information if you are a paid accept student. NSO, new student orientation, is the next step to officially becoming a Penn State Brandywine student. So in addition, we did want to mention, if your high school is hosting a signing day for you and you would like to have a celebratory signing form with you for that event, please contact our recruiting coordinator, Maisha Matos. Just shoot her over an email, let her know you're interested, and she'll send that right over to you. Also, we did want to mention Orchard Hall, our residence hall on campus, currently has some space available for this fall. So again, if you're interested in joining us residentially, feel free to join the housing breakout room to get more information about that. And lastly, we want to remind or share the date of August 15th with everyone. If you can mark your calendar for that day. If you are going to be a residential student, that morning is when you will move into Orchard Hall. In the afternoon of the 15th is when we will have our mandatory athletic orientation for all of our student athletes. So again, keep August 15th tucked away in your calendar so that you're all available for that date. But like Dr. Wells said, we have intentions and we're planning to be together in person in the fall. So we look forward to seeing you all there. So at this time, we're going to open up breakout rooms. You can choose to enter into any of the breakout rooms to talk with our staff on campus from admissions, financial aid, or housing prior to joining into your team breakout room. So if you are not familiar with Zoom and how the breakout rooms work, I'm actually going to have Maisha, if you can open up the breakout rooms, make them available. Great. So at the bottom of your screen, you should see a little icon that says breakout rooms. You click on that, up will pop a list of different rooms that you can enter. From then, you will select the room in which you join. Let's say you head into admissions, you might have some questions for some admissions staff. When you're done and want to enter into the next room, what you'll do is there's a button down on the bottom right-hand corner that says leave room. It's blue. You'll click that. It will then send you back into the main room, which is where we are all currently. And then from there, you can press the breakout room icon again and select your next room to enter. So again, once you have all your questions answered from admissions, financial aid, and housing, you may then enter into your team breakout room. In there will be your coaching staff for your team, as well as some current student athletes. I know they are all excited and eager to speak with you. But meanwhile, myself, Maisha, and Maddie, we're going to hang around in the main room to answer any questions that you may have for us. So with that being said, we look forward to mingling with you all tonight, and we're eager to have you join us in the fall. Thank you.
Why do they keep playing Halak against us? Yeah, but I feel like they're
All right,
doing
shush,
that, like,
shush.
so they'll play a-
For anybody that's having issues with their breakout rooms, just unmute your mic, let me know, and I'll assign you to your room.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble with mine.
I got you, not Jen, Becky.
I'm having the same issue.
All right, guys, give me a second. I'm sorry, who just spoke?
Wayne Stewart.
All right, Wayne, give me a second. Let me get Becky.